Mezco Batman Beyond is in the DorkLair. Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. If you enjoy this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. Now, let's take a look at Terry McGinnis. So this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Mezco 112 collective figure. It was also available online, so it was very easy to get. I can't remember exactly how the pre-order went. It probably sold out pretty quickly, but it's currently in the aftermarket going for basically retail, which is incredibly rare for an exclusive. I think this thing overall is fantastic. It comes with a lot of really cool pieces. It's got a really nice finish and design to it. And, you can't beat those wings. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. So here's the box. Typical Mezco exclusive packaging. This is the smaller sized box. It's got the sticker on the front. Nice logo and some shiny gloss there. And then the best part of the exclusive packaging, in my opinion, is always that art on the back. Fantastic. Really good box. Nice packaging. I like it very much. So here he is off of the stand, and you can get a look at him at a few different angles here. The wings are black on the back with a little bit of detail there. And I just wanted to show you how he looks with those wings on before I get into a little bit more of the other features of it. So these peg into the feet. And the wings, they insert into the back like this. And so that it's not just a hole in his back, it comes with this piece right here that you can just plug it up with. It does give him a bit of a backpack kind of look to him, but that seems to sort of go with, like, you imagine those wings are stored inside there or something. Let's take a look at how he scales with a couple other Batman figures here. And here he is next to the SH Figuarts Injustice Batman from quite a while ago, I think 2014. And then here he is next to the pretty recent Mezco 112 Ascending Knight all black version. That was the online exclusive. So quite frankly, that's a pretty big SH Figuarts figure, and it kind of really fits in well with Terry over here. So looking pretty good in my opinion next to those other two Batman figures. And I think he fits really well into these Iron Man Holo Armor sets. So there you can see how the Figuarts one fits. And Terry. And obviously Batman's just a little big, but he fits in there. So looking pretty good in there. Actually, how I've had him on my shelf is just like this for quite some time. I've been trying to pick up those diorama Iron Man pieces. I've been picking up the sets and then splitting them out and selling the figure off and then keeping the sets. I think I'm up to 4 now. This is 3 of the 4, but I have 1 in the package still. So just getting a closer look at the figure itself. You can take a look. This is the alternate head, I guess. This is the head that came in the packaging. The other head is the one that actually came on him. You can get a close-up look at that face right there. Nice lines, sort of that futuristic kind of look. This is Neo Gotham Batman, Bruce Wayne's apprentice, of course. And a really sort of metallic red, shiny, glossy emblem that is raised piece of plastic over the top. That doesn't shift around. It must be glued or pegged in. But the shirt itself, the material does actually move around it. You can see some detailed, I don't know what you call it, like tactical lines, like tech lines in the suit throughout. You can see them as they catch the light there. He's got his much more streamlined utility belt than, say, your typical, I guess, 20th century Batman. The hands are nicely detailed with shiny black mixed in with some glove kind of looking material there. In my opinion, this is just an awesome looking figure. You can take a look at his boots here. Again, nice contrast of some shiny parts and some leathery or, you know, maybe tactical synthetic material of some sort. So overall, the sculpt, I think, is fantastic in the costume, the tailoring. There's only one part which I guess comes into play with the articulation, and that is the fact that his pants at the crotch here kind of come down a little bit low. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they come down a little bit low. Like the actual physical crotch is higher up, and there's just a little bit of extra material that comes down low. So I try to shift the material up a little bit when I pose him, because it can, otherwise you won't really get a lot of articulation sideways out of the legs. So that's a little bit of a knock on the figure, is that the crotch material is a little bit low. And taking a look at the accessories, we have the alternate head sculpt here. This is the one I tend to leave on there when I have them sort of just as the suit in the Hall of Armor there. But get a look at that head. And then he comes with, so currently on him is one of the two claw hands, like grasping, reaching out. Nicely detailed. And then the other hand that's currently on him is the other gripping hand to grip the batarangs. And then he comes already in the box. When he comes, he's got two fists closed. It comes with 3 of these batarangs. Take a look at the detail on that. Some shiny red, some matte black, and a little dot in the middle. It comes with 2 of these rocket booster effects that come out of his feet. And then a little bit of a closer look at the wings. Nicely painted. Black on the back with some sculpting there. And then finally, the stand, which, like most Mezcos, converts to a flight stand, or you can pull this out and pop this little piece in to make it a peg stand. Just like that. And then you can stand them on it. In the hole in the foot. So, nice looking stand with the symbol on there. And then as far as articulation, the head can look up decent amount, which is nice for a flight character. Side to side a little bit, and it can look down quite far as well. The shoulders rotate up. You got to be careful with material like this, but really quite a nice bit of articulation in the shoulders there. It does shift slightly, but I don't think there's a separate joint in there. I think it is just the one joint, if I'm not mistaken. It's sometimes hard to tell with these clothed figures. The elbows are definitely double jointed. They're not the most extreme range, but it can go that far. You can swivel the arm up top here, and then there's no swivel in the wrist down here in the gauntlet area, but decent amount of articulation in the hand and the wrist. The crunch on this guy can go this far forward and this far back. He can slightly go side to side. Not a ton of torso articulation, which I think a lot of people tend to complain about with Mezcos. Some of them have a little bit more than others. The belt is floating loose. The legs kick up this far. And the knees bend this much. And again, the crotch material prevents it from going out super far. Like, I know he can go further than this, but the fabric is just preventing it over there. And then you've got some rocker on the ankle, not a ton. Decent amount. And this way it'll go down pretty far, which is nice for flying, and up about that much. So, decently articulated. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the best of the Mezcos. I think it's pretty nice. Overall, I really like this figure. I think it's underrated because this is an exclusive that's selling for retail price. People are selling this thing for like $85, $90 shipped on these Facebook groups and whatnot. So, I mean, this figure, in my opinion, this is a bargain. This is a figure that we are reviewing this week, so if you catch the DorkLair podcast, you'll hear us talking a little bit more about this, and you'll also hear Chris's take on this figure. So to add to my own impressions and get a little bit more perspective on, you know, what he thinks about the figure. I think it's a fantastic release. I think it's underrated. I think people should scoop one up. They had a nice big production run for this one, so it should be pretty readily available. Question of the day. Do you have a favorite Batman figure? Which one is it? Is it a DC Collectibles? Is it a Mezco? What's your favorite Batman figure? Maybe it's a Figure Arts, maybe it's a Mafex. Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out our other videos like our review of the Samurai Captain America from Bandai. Find links to the DorkLair Collecting Podcast and our Facebook group, Twitter, and Instagram pages in the description below. And may the Force be with you. DorkLair!